Okay, we're live. Cool.
Cool.
So, this is going to be a test run for our first episode of our podcast.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Exciting news.
Everybody should be excited.
Absolutely. Who doesn't love to hear us bicker?
I'd like to hear us bicker.
I mean, we're just a ripoff of Drake and Josh, right?
Yes. I'd like to imagine that we're just a low budget version of Drake and Josh.
Low budget, but still just as good.
Maybe better. Hey, I got some light. Cool.
I wouldn't go that far, but
So normally, sometime probably have some sort of music playing, da 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 da, introductions, stuff like that. Hi, I'm Andrew. This is Sarah. She's my sister. Hi,
hi.
everybody.
Introduction. Next time I'll remember to put a camera on.
That's okay. We don't need to worry about that.
I mean, I thought I was a podcast.
It is a
Didn't know
podcast.
anyone wanted to listen or look at my beautiful face.
Well, you don't have to see your beautiful face when it's in the podcast version, which will be done later.
One can only hope this will go better than what it's already turning out to be.
Oh, it's already great. It wouldn't be a good podcast unless we sent it off the rails immediately.
Exactly. That's how you just start everything.
Exactly. No good podcast is done unless something goes off the rails, and we went off the rails immediately, so this is top tier podcasting at its best.
And this is coming to you guys for free.
Yeah, free. You don't even have to pay money for this.
Yeah, this is to take up all your night here. Just listen to us.
Listen to the soothing sounds of our voice. Is plural.
Yeah, I was gonna say yours can be soothing, but mine sure as hell isn't.
This is the sound of soothing voices. Everybody should listen very carefully. Listen to the sound of my voice. Slip into a deep slumber.
Yes.
That's the thing nightmares are made out of.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. So,
thank you.
So anyway, this podcast does actually have a few topics that we're going to talk about. We're not going to be complete asshats the entire time we do this.
And did I prepare for any of them? The answer is no.
No, we're just going to kind of look things up on the fly here. I have a computer screen in front of me. That's what they're for.
That's what I have too.
And it's going to be great. I also have a phone to quickly
How
just
fast can you
nonchalantly
read?
look. How quickly can we Google search things?
And we'd offer to take questions from the audience, but we don't like you guys enough.
We don't have an audience, and that's perfectly okay.
I mean, I can ask myself questions, but that might be a little concerning.
I talk to myself all the time.
Okay, so what are those wonderful topics we said we were going to discuss?
We're going to talk about Disney Plus because
Oh.
you're a Disney fanatic.
I am. Disney is one of the best things in the world to me. I follow it religiously, almost so much that it is scary. My coworkers are concerned for my mental health.
She's got a problem, folks.
I've got a problem, and that's the first step. And the problem is to admit it.
Yes.
Am I going to fix it?
No. But that's another step to admitting you have a problem.
But is it just Disney Plus or is it just Disney? Because there's a fine line between how much I can talk about for Disney and how much I can talk about for Disney Plus.
I get the feeling that if we say that it encompasses all Disney, we might be here for more than an hour.
Absolutely.
I mean, Disney Plus might actually be stretching it.
I mean, it just depends how much you want to find on Disney Plus, like the recent addition to the Kardashians being added here in April.
So we're going to totally get to throw shade at the Kardashians right away.
Just what is what is Disney thinking? Where does that fit in with those top? You know, the tops is Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, National Geographic. What are we adding next?
Kardashians.
But like, do they
Because
get their own?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Seems just kind of off the rails for Disney.
It does seem like a far cry for Disney. What's Disney trying to gain here? I don't really understand what, who was the person that was in a pitch meeting for Disney Plus? They came in on a Monday morning and somebody was like, "Okay, guys, did you spend the weekend mulling over what we're going to add to Disney Plus?" And who was the guy that was still hung over from a long, long weekend of drinking because he has nothing better to do with his life and it's all extremely sad? And just went like, "What if we got the Kardashians?" And then
Brilliant
who was the guy that looked at him and went, "Johnson, that's a great idea."
promotion.
Yeah, promotion. And I would be sitting there going like, "No, no, no, no. Fire him or her, whoever."
We've never done the whole reality TV show, let alone the ones that are controversial.
Yeah, yeah. The Kardashians seem to be kind of a.
Disney was more one to keep it PG.
Yeah, this seems to be kind of getting a little bit out in left field for them. But whatever, whatever.
I mean,
Disney,
yeah,
Disney knows
it is
best,
what it
right?
is. They could make a killing off it. Maybe they're just trying to reach that different audience.
They're trying to do something along those lines. I mean, let's just go get a family that was really made famous by a murder and a sex tape, and let's just throw them in and let's put them on Disney. Seems like a good platform. It seems like the best platform to put them on. I mean, we could put them on anything. We could just rat hole them, put them in like Hulu or something because we own the majority stock of that. But did we do that?
Yeah, that's kind
No.
of what I'm thinking. Disney usually does pretty well with how they want to see their branding. I mean, usually you can tell what should be a Disney movie versus what should be a Pixar movie. Yes, they're owned by Disney, but they do put their labels on different things. This seems like something that should have gone under Hulu's category.
This is something that should have been buried in the deep, deep, dark chasms of Hulu.
Yeah, I mean, you're already good. You usually can get a deal on Hulu and ESPN Plus, so why Disney Plus?
It makes me nervous. I hope that Disney isn't going to stray too far away from what they kind of had going.
I think they're pretty far from the path of where they started out, just because recent decisions that have been made maybe aren't agreeing with the public as much as they would like, I guess. Just in all situations, not necessarily just Disney Plus, but you hear of so many angry like pass holders in Disneyland right now, and people talking about the magic being gone at Disney World. I think we're straying a little far and reaching for a little too much.
We want the old Disney back. We demand it.
I think we
Right,
do.
meow.
Well, it's because Disney was always meant to, like Walt says, you have to grow old, but you don't have to grow up.
I though I get in trouble for some of that because everybody's like, "You're 30 years old," and I'm like, "I'm 30 years old, but I'm like 5 years old at heart."
Your shoe size, not your age.
Yes.
Nothing
Yes.
wrong with that, though. I mean, everyone has their own thing they like to do. Mine is my crazy obsession with Disney.
You have a little bit of maybe too much of an obsession with Disney.
Yeah, I'll admit to that. It's
When I
very.
when I can go, or when somebody asks me a question about Disney and I can look at them dead in the eyes and go, "I'm not the person to ask about that, but I know somebody that could legitimately give you about any answer about Disney."
I think we got into the conversation at work the other day about what makes a Disney princess, and all I could remember was our conversation from so long ago on Discord here that I was going through answering everybody's questions about who is and who isn't a princess.
There was legitimately a breakout thing, and you had to answer legit Disney questions as to why and how they become Disney princesses.
We're up to about seven or eight rules that they had to meet to technically be in the Disney Princess franchise.
Yeah. Seems
We
like those
won't go
rules are
into that.
changing a little bit.
Oh yeah, we got a few new directors and everything in there. Times for Disney are changing. We're long gone from those old princess movies.
Oh well. Times are
I say
changing.
that I say that as if I wasn't born, like, during most of them.
Yeah. You were born after some of the best ones, and before, you were born after some of the best ones and before some of the worst ones.
Doing pretty good. I think I had Pocahontas and I had Hercules and really that's all I can remember around the time that I was born. I think Lion King was 2 years before me, and
I've got a sound for that somewhere.
of
Oh,
course you do.
I had to get my buddy. I had to get my buddy Static in on that one.
There you go.
Ara, hi, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining us.
What are we even streaming on?
We're on YouTube.
Oh, that makes a hell of a difference.
Yep, we're on YouTube,
I'm just here for the roller coaster ride, people.
and it's kind of been an up and down already.
It's great. But I mean, going back to our whole Disney Plus thing of what's coming and maybe some things that are closer to it. I don't know how interested in Alice's Wonderland Bakery you are, but they're getting 6 new episodes.
What? Wait, hold on. Alice's Wonderland Bakery.
Absolutely.
I hadn't
We
even
took a
heard of that.
Disney princess and we animated it even more than it already was. Okay, like this is 3D animation things that'll the stuff of nightmares, but they bake cupcakes.
That sounds like a very easy premise to follow.
You would think. It's on Disney Junior if you're interested. I don't judge.
I mean, I'm a guy who comes home from work and watches Phineas and Ferb still.
Oh, well, one thing you might be more interested in is Assembled the Making of Hawkeye. Looks like that documentary comes out here soon on what I believe tomorrow.
I did enjoy Hawkeye. That was a wonderful um that was an absolutely wonderful whatever you want to call it, Marvel TV show short series
Mini series, yeah.
thing. I think they did very well with that series.
It was
So,
pretty great. I mean, it's a lot to think about, and what's even more important is the last episode of Book of Boba Fett comes out tomorrow.
oh, is it sad that I'm legitimately contemplating actually staying up till midnight so I can watch it?
I mean, no. I
I
think I would have done
legitimately
that
am.
I would have done that for several other, shows that they've made. I'm definitely a Marvel and Star Wars fan too, but
I'm not gonna lie though. I watched like the first 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, and I sat there and I was like, I'm kind of disappointed about this.
I thought the same thing too. I was trying so hard to follow it. I'm like, if you didn't watch it straight and you kind of did it in pieces, you're like, I'm not sure whether I'm, in the past or in the present or what is going on here.
It was kind of confusing with all of the time jumps back and forth. I mean, the way I personally would have loved to have had it is I could have done with like 2 episodes that were just strictly like flashbacks to the time between he escaped the Sarlacc pit and then to like the point where he met up with the Mandalorian, and then that whole thing went down, and then he ended up at Jabba's palace. I could have lived with like 2 episodes of that instead
Yeah, I
of like
could've.
having like the little bit of like present day and then the little flashback that kind of maybe made sense as to what was going on. It just I don't know. I got kind of lost in translation on some of those, but then the 4th episode rolled around and I was like, okay, I see what we're doing here. I see where we're going. And then the 5th one hit and I was like, this is great. I'm back on board. The 6th one had me legitimately sitting on the edge of my seats because I was getting excited because of all the fan service they were doing us. And now I'm legitimately at the point where I'm like, 7th episode at midnight, might do it. I might do it.
funny how they can keep you on the edge of your seat throughout things, but yeah, it's one of those where they just plan so meticulously and they're gonna string you along, and then all of a sudden, it all makes sense.
Well, I think the thing that got me was the fact that I was not invested in this like fully probably until episode 6, like last episode. I was like, the fifth one was like where I started to get excited about it, and I was like, okay. I see what they're doing here. And then the sixth one, I was like, okay, I gotta know more. I gotta see this. I gotta know what's going on. And then now I'm seriously at the point where I'm like, seventh episode, this better live up to the hype because I'm all in on this right now.
I kind of just watching it and everything, the first couple, I was, okay, this is very different than how I've seen some of the other shows, just in the way of filming, I guess, and everything going on in it, and the dry humor, which I thought was, I don't know, there's little bits in there that I didn't think fit very well, but then at the same time, you remember like the first three movies, and you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe some of that dry humor is just, it fits.
Right.
But no, I don't know. It's one of those things, just like WandaVision, where you got to watch all the way through it to kind of make it worth it.
WandaVision was pretty rough for like the first 2 episodes, I'll admit. And then the third one, they started getting me, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
They're relying on word of mouth for people who.
Whoa. Sorry.
Did we reconnect?
I did. My That was so weird. That was so weird. My uh there was something on my computer that was labeled as feeds. Oh, there it is. Wait, where did it go? Show me it again. Where is it? There it is. Feeds. Search application. It was using like all of my memory. Huh. Very interesting.
Technology. It's
Yeah.
an amazing thing.
Oh, it's fantastic. Anyway, we're back.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
Um
Talking about WandaVision.
yeah, well, we were talking basically about how you got to kind of get invested into these shows, and they're kind of relying on word of mouth, to be like, come watch this.
And is that really a good thing?
I feel like it's something that's just, you're obviously going to get the hardcore fans of the series on board right away, because people are going to be like, I got to watch it because I've watched everything else.
I don't know. You kind of get that right now, and yeah, it's our generation. I mean, we grew up with some of it, and it's just kept going, and you can tie a few generations here together, but I don't see where the future is going to go for this. I mean, we've started hitting all the backstories now. We've started, trying to expand, but I don't think it's got the potential that like Marvel has, where we've got so many people laid out in front of us, it's almost exhausting.
Yeah, you can expand on Marvel for quite a while.
Yes, it's got potential to go very far. Star Wars, I love it. I love the universe. It's a little different. You don't have to have watched other things to understand kind of what goes on here and there, maybe to pick up bits and pieces. But I don't see where this is going. As like Marvel, you're like, oh, hey, yeah, this is gonna lead into this, and we can expect this character. It's gonna be just as they let us know what is happening.
It's gonna be a lot of that, actually, and I think it's just Star Wars needs to branch out and get out of the Skywalker saga. I'm sorry. That needs to be put to bed. We need to, because we kind of we finished the series with the sequel trilogy, and now we're back. We found our way back, with the Mandalorian and stuff like that. They had to finish the last season of the Clone Wars. They did the Mandalorian. They're doing the Book of Boba Fett now. I mean, there's going to be Andor. There's going to be,
Obi-Wan.
yep, Obi-Wan. There's going to be Rogue Squadron. I mean, there's all of these things that are going right back into the Skywalker saga timeline. And I think that's great because don't get me wrong, I love the story behind the Skywalker saga. But they have, and for those of you out there, Sarah included, who have not read or listened to the new High Republic series that is officially canon now, the new book series, and it's like a book series and like a comic book series and like a short story series, and it's got a whole bunch of different mediums in it. That has me so freaking invested. The story behind that whole thing is so amazing that I almost want nothing to do with the Skywalker saga anymore. I want them to start developing I want movies, I want TV shows, all based in the High Republic era. That's all I want. And before that, all I wanted was the Old Republic with Revan and all of them. And I see I'm at least getting a remake of the Knights of the Old Republic game. So I'll be happy with that for now, as long as they maybe admit that they're gonna make that canon as well. But I need something else. I need wonder back in my life. I don't want to sit there and go like, I know how this has got to go because eventually so and so's got to die because they're not here. It's just, I know the answers. It's like
For
skipping to the
company,
end of the book and knowing how it all goes and then rereading the middle of the book.
well, for a company that has so much under their belt and everything, they're so scared to make a movie or a show that's not a blockbuster, and they've kind of lost the fact that not everything has to be a blockbuster in the beginning. You need a starting point, and so they're playing it so safe just by choosing the Skywalker series and everything, and we just keep going back to that. And it's time to branch out. It is. It's time, and as most movies and TV shows, it starts out with a good book or a game as a backstory. And there's just so much they could do, but even like you see it at Disney World too, where you were adding a hotel right on Batuu and everything. It's just we're playing it safe.
Well, and kind of going back to that, I mean, I've been doing all the reading about how guests aren't even happy with the Super Cruiser, uh place in Disney World. They're not happy with that experience now. I feel like they played that one a little too safe as well. And they didn't really um I feel like they didn't kind of deliver on what they promised. I think when they first started this whole idea, they kind of showed you that fancy lightsaber, with the retractable blade and everything. And everybody's like, "Ooh, something new, something great." And then like a month before you could go, to the Super Cruiser, they were like, "Oh yeah, no, that's for cast members use only. You can't buy one of those."
I mean, the whole thing about the Galactic Star Cruiser, it's just it baffles me a little bit. Yes, people want this experience, and it'd be so cool to have that lightsaber, but to not be able to buy it, maybe they're trying to bring down the price or whatever. But I mean, even then, people are paying.
You've got people who will go into Galaxy's Edge and pay, what is it, $22,000 to have their own R2D2 built?
25,000.
$25,000. And you're the one sitting here going like, maybe not time for the retractable lightsaber blade yet.
I mean,
Excuse
Disney
me.
makes it, people will buy it, but
I mean, I'm the one that would sit there and be like, "Oh my god, I can have a lightsaber that legitimately like retracts like a real lightsaber, looks real." I don't care if it's a little plastic plunger that pushes up out of it. I don't care. I'm going to sit there and swing it like a freaking like 7-year-old and just be I'm going to think that I can use the Force.
I mean, we know we're the nerds of it. We both have one from Batu. Yours is a purple and mine's a red blade, and we've paid the $200 some, and I mean, the experience, yeah, very cool. Lightsaber, very cool to have. Do I do anything with it right now? Currently, no. I
No,
mean, I
it's
do show
mine's
it off to fellow
sitting
nerds,
back
but
over there somewhere on top, and it's sitting on its little display stand.
yeah.
It doesn't have the blade hooked into it, but it's sitting there out so I can see it every time I walk by it.
And maybe it's something in the room that's got to be there, and maybe that's why they can't sell them. It's got to have a different hookup, or
I don't care what it is. I need it, and I
I'm
need
just
everything that comes with it.
I'm a little baffled as to the price of the entire experience, though.
Yes.
I mean, when you really think about it, it's what they say, 2 nights, and you get there really late on the first day anyway, so you go straight to dinner pretty much, and the opening ceremony or whatever they want to call it. And then the next day, yeah, you go through, you have like your lightsaber battles, you have dinner again and a show maybe, and then the next day you leave or something.
Well, and see, I think the next thing that bothers me as well, on top of that, is that I get the fact that this is supposed to be an experience. I get it. I get that, when you walk in, you are no longer on Earth. You are in the Star Wars universe, and that's just where you're at, and you are there for the next 2 days. However, I don't like the fact that when you're done, you're done. You got to go to another resort or hotel. You got to go there because you can't be on the Galactic Star Cruiser anymore because you're done. You're done with the whole thing. Personally, for me, if I'm going down to Disney, I'm spending more than 2 days.
Of course.
I don't like that. I mean, okay, if you want to give me the 2-day experience, cool. But to me, you should have a whole section of the hotel or resort or whatever that is people who have completed it that are staying there for, to go to Disney. That's just
In
me.
my way of thinking, it's like a cruise ship that can't go anywhere.
Exactly. You're basically just there.
Yeah, and it's I guess my whole thinking about it is the rooms look sort of tiny, and of course you're not meant to be in your rooms all that often, like you wouldn't be in a cruise and everything. But it's not all inclusive, really.
No, you
I mean,
still have to pay for stuff.
at that point you could very much afford an actual Disney cruise,
Let's see here.
and it might be worth it. At least you get to move and go somewhere.
Hold on. I'm doing some research right now.
Well, I think what a family of four is about 4,800 or 54. I can't remember.
Is that what it is now?
I don't remember.
I'm looking. Hold on. Got to find the right place. Wait, why does this say that voyages begin March 1st, 2022?
Because they do.
Was all of the people that have been doing this, they've all been whatever? I mean, like pre-release stuff?
No,
I thought people have been doing this for a while.
No, so back gosh, I want to say October or whatever. They opened it up for people to start planning and buying their reservations and everything, and they did, and it booked up solid for the next, the first 3 or 4 months. I don't think anyone's done a beta test on it or anything yet.
Oh.
I just know that all the videos that come out, like you said, the lightsabers where they finally released no, you can't take them home, and people were very upset about that. I
Okay.
don't know how people are going to feel about the fact that a room actually doesn't have a window.
This is what it says. What's included on your Galactic Star Cruiser vacation package? 2 night stay in a cabin or a suite. Ongoing immersive and interactive entertainment where choices determine your experience. Food and beverages on the Star Cruiser, excluding alcohol and specialty beverages, and a quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo or other select locations at Disney Hollywood Studios. You also get admission to Disney Hollywood Studios for your planetary excursion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. You get valet parking, and you get an exclusive Galactic Star Cruiser Magic Band. Yay.
Magic Bands #1. The old Magic Bands don't even matter anymore because we've already rolled out Magic Band 2.
Yes.
So that's kind of a loss. I'm looking at the prices here. 2 people is $4,800. 4 people is $6,000.
Oof.
And then they're a whole into this experience, and all I can remember is when I took the Skyliner to get over to Hollywood Studios, I think it was, or maybe we were driving, I don't remember. You could see all the structural steel from Batuu. And if you're so into this experience, why didn't you cover that? Walt's whole thing was he never wanted you to see another world, and he wanted it to be complete. So why would you leave that open to just be, seen by everyone? It loses the magic. It's just another piece of structural steel. It ruins the effect. Yes, it's on the backside, but still, I mean, if you have like a Skyliner that goes over it, I mean,
I love this. I love this. Your standard cabin. Each standard cabin is fitted with furnishings and fixtures designed to ensure comfort while traveling throughout the galaxy, including a pull-out table and a TV with entertainment from your home planet, and a window with a view out into space. The specification sleeps 4 to 5 passengers, and it has either a queen bed, two bunk beds for 1 adult each, and a wall pull-down bed for 1 adult if sleeping 5. Your cabin amenities, though, are a mini refrigerator, hair dryer, in-cabin safe, and a phone with voicemail messaging, an interactive TV, and H2O, plus spa, bath, and shower products. That's everything
okay.
I need. That's everything I need for a Galactic Star Cruiser adventure.
I'm just saying, people that really don't like to be boxed in, your window's not a real window. So as long as you can pretend it is an actual window and you're not just, looking into a TV screen, more power to you.
I want the Grand Captain Suite, which is 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
It offers ample room for the whole family and features a posh living space complete with an integrated seating area. They have all the comforts of standard cabins plus a main suite with a double vanity bathroom, a second bathroom with a single vanity, a bar area, 3 windows in air quotes, with views out into space and a few extra Star Wars surprises. So if you want to spend the extra money, you might get Chewbacca to walk by your window.
Has anyone seen like the outside of this thing? I mean, there has to be windows in the actual building, right? So how do they gloss over that?
I get the feeling like there's no actual windows. They're all fake.
Well, they have to be.
Yeah, but they don't have to actually be showing anything. Like, they could have a wall on the other side of them.
Yeah, but that's so stupid.
It is stupid, but hey, look at what we're doing. We're spending, what did you say?
About 6,000 for a family of 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you kind of look at it, you go through the different tabs. Their food looks pretty cool, but I'm just gonna say if it's anything like Docking Bay 7, I was not impressed with the food they had there at Batu. I didn't finish my meal, unfortunately. It wasn't my favorite. Um, they've got some crazy cocktails that kind of look interesting. But do you ever think that maybe you just go like a little too overboard to the fact that it's just, I don't know, not edible?
I mean, for somebody like me who's picky about what they eat, I'm going to look at these and go, I need to jump ship.
I know, I'm kind of looking at them like, I'm not sure I want all of that in like my cocktail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at all of them, which I think there's probably some kind of more like fast food sort of place, I'm sure.
But
But
you would think because kids are picky, they want chicken nuggets.
right, I mean, if I could get Star Wars nuggies, I'd be pretty content about that.
I mean, unless they can like, I don't know, settle on Batu and there's a McDonald's near Batu.
It just says during your planned excursion to Batu, you can enjoy a quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo or other select locations.
I mean, yeah, you probably eat anywhere the fast foods around Hollywood Studios when you're in Batu. But their whole plan is to try to keep you in there and run like the different missions and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, lightsaber training, bridge training, a planned excursion to Batu, and then just kind of like the lounge life. I mean, I don't know.
I think it was a cool idea because yes, if I could be immersed and have my own like for all of you that don't know me, I'm a Sith. I'm not a Jedi. If I could have my own little be in the real world, give me a thing to destroy someone, yeah, I'd play along. Hell, I'd put the outfit on, play along. But I don't think everyone's going to get the personalized attention they think they're going to get for that, and it's going to be more of those normal games where it's like, hey, scan this, then walk over to this place and scan this, and like they did for Sorcerer's Arena in Disney World before they took that down.
I'm reading
I,
through like the itinerary of like what your stay is. And like the first thing that you almost do is ship orientation. You get a 30-minute ship orientation. Yes. That's the first thing I want to do when I'm on an immersive vacation is I want to know for 30 minutes where the bathrooms are, what the rules are.
where your emergency exits are on a
Yes.
Star Cruiser.
If legitimately I'm sitting in there and then all of a sudden a flight attendant walks out and has to give me the whole spiel, I'm going to be like, I'm going to go just next time book a flight on Delta. I'll get the same experience.
Well, you gotta think, it's gotta have to almost be that way because they've got to get you up to the Star Cruiser. So there's got to be some sort of transportation
It's the
when you
launch.
get it.
Okay, so this is how it goes. Day 1, you arrive at the terminal at exactly 1 p.m. This is all timed, okay?
It's not a terminal, it's a frickin' building. A
Okay.
terminal is for a cruise.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you here. You arrive at a terminal at 1:00 p.m. At 1:15 to 1:30, you launch your pod to the Star Cruiser. At 1:45 to 2:15, you're at ship orientation. You have light refreshments from 3 to 3:30. Then you get sabacc lessons from 3:30 to 4. Muster from 4 to 4:30. You get a captain's reception from 4:30 to 5. Dinner featuring live music from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Then you get to spend wonderful time at the Outer Rim Regalia from 7:15 to 7:30. You get bridge training from 8 o'clock to 8:45, and you get special atrium entertainment from 8:30 8:30 to 8:45. Then on day
People
2, what? Go ahead.
say that I plan too much.
Oh,
Okay, Disney has gone overboard because this makes me think that we are on a school field trip and we are down to the minute we've got to do this.
oh, it gets worse. Day 2, you get breakfast from 7 to 8. Then you take a 10-minute at 8:15 you take a 10-minute shuttle ride to Batu. You ride Rise of the Resistance from 8:45 to 9:30. You then do the Smuggler's Run on the Millennium Falcon from 10 to 10:30. You have lunch at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo from 11:15 to 11:45. You transport the shuttle back to the Star Cruiser at 12:40 to 12:50. You get lightsaber training at 1 o'clock to 1:30. Droid racing competitions from 2:30 to 2:50. You build a model ship from 3 to 3:30. Morse a Sabak tournament from 4 to 5. Cocktails at the Sublight Lounge from 5 to 5:30. Taste Around the Galaxy dinner from 5:30 to 7. And a spectacular finale at 10 p.m. to 11. And then you wake up on day 3 at 8:30 a.m. and you get breakfast from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30. And then they kick your ass out at 9:30 and you get a 30-minute ride back to the launch pod terminal.
Think about this. Number one, kids, they can't do 7 to 11. Kids just can't do that, okay? Now, whether you drop them off, who's going to watch them if parents have to be at the cocktail hour? Or what are you going to do when the kids don't want to be in the hotel room, but they don't want to be at a cocktail lounge? And then what happens about people that are just like, you know what? I'm not waking up on vacation at 7 in the frickin' morning.
I mean, this was a sample itinerary, but I get the feeling that if you're wanting to get the most out of it, this is what your days are going to be like.
Fine, and I understand that you can kind of mix and mingle here, but I'm gonna say like your lunches and your breakfasts and dinners, it's gonna be set because it's gonna be on a rotating schedule for how much space they have.
Yeah.
And so if you don't make your food times, you rest so well. So are they gonna have like quick service in other places? Can I go get a cocktail in the morning because God knows that's what I do on vacation? I mean, where can I get alcohol and be shit-faced all day in the galactic universe?
That is a good question. My
I
question
mean,
is like, can I leave the ship like anytime that I want? I mean, can I like just jump on a pod and go to like Hollywood Studios? Can I do that?
Exactly. Well, I'm thinking like,
Or am I
okay, if
gonna?
I go to Bat 2, I want to go to Oga's Cantina.
I want to build a
And
lightsaber.
yeah, or a droid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what happens if I want to do Oga's Cantina at like, I don't know, 9 in the morning or whenever they actually open?
Well, that's just it. It's like, does this let you kind of come and go the whole time, or do you have to like set like specific schedules for like your lightsaber training and all of that stuff? Because I get the feeling like you have to, because like, what are they gonna do? Like have 50 people doing lightsaber training at the same time?
Yes, and I'm like, you see, you're not gonna get the attention you think you're gonna get.
I think you have to plan it out
I mean,
extremely close.
if you go in with an open mind and you're very, let it happen, I'm sure this is going to be a great experience. You can even go ahead, they release the new apparel you can get on the Galactic Star Cruiser that's exclusive to it, which I mean, I don't know how exclusive it is really because I'm looking at a Leia's dress that I mean I could get from Party City, but it's for $150 and there's gloves and, wonderful training tunics. I don't know.
I'm just
They're
looking on
pretty cool,
Disney
but
Shop now.
yeah, how immersive do you want to be? I mean, don't get me wrong, I am totally one. I will go in full costume. I will have a persona. I will act this thing out, but at the same time, I don't follow directions very well, and especially not after I paid $6,000 to do
No, if I'm
whatever
gonna pay 6,000 or even 4,000, 5,000 for two people, basically if I'm spending $2,500 for myself to spend 2 days at this place, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want.
kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I will be sitting in the bar early in the morning. I will go to and fro as I see fit, and you will not stop me.
Yeah.
There better be a lightsaber there when I want to train.
I mean, in comparison, $2,500 was like what I paid to send myself on mine and Jen's honeymoon. And that was all of the Disney parks, like a day at Universal, and my plane tickets. Because it was like $5,000 or $6,000 for both of us to go. And now they're like, "Oh, hey, take that and we'll give you 2 days."
And I don't know. I'm like, you can go on an actual Disney cruise for 5 nights and for the same amount, and that's all inclusive, and I probably get to do a lot more of whatever I want.
Yeah, I don't think you have to keep a schedule for anything to make sure you do what you want there.
No, again, you have to obey your meal times, but that's about it.
I could probably do that.
I could too, as long as you know I might not make breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's other places you can go get like quick service on, like cruise ships and everything, which is good. But I haven't seen that from Galactic Star Cruiser. I haven't seen the, okay, well, here, if you want like a midday snack, here's where you can go.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
And do you know how confusing it is going to be? Like, say you have little kids. How many little Leias and little captains are going to be running around this damn hotel? You lose your kid, he's gone forever.
He's gone. He's gone. If you don't leave the Star Cruiser at the same time as your kid, is he gone forever?
Yes.
Yes. Gone.
I mean, I'm just looking at these outfits. I'm like, oh, you know there's going to be kids in these captain suits, and they're going to be running around, and little kids look very similar
Okay.
at points.
You're talking about kids running around in costume. I saw today on Facebook, pretty sure it was Facebook. It was this little girl, and she was dressed up in the most spectacular the armor from the Mandalorian, the whatever you want to.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she had like the helmet, she had the fur, like the whole get up, and I was like, that is impressive because this girl had to be like 4 or 5 years old. I mean, she was tiny.
She got to meet the actress.
Yeah, she got to meet the actress, and I was just like, I'm sitting there going like, okay, if I'm taking my kids somewhere like this, like to Galactic Star Cruiser, they will be required to be in costume the whole time.
Absolutely.
I don't care whether they want to go as Luke or I don't care if they want to go as some Jedi they saw as like a background Jedi at the Jedi Temple in Episode 2. I don't care. But you're gonna go in costume.
You're going to be the best dressed.
Yeah, you're gonna be the best dressed. I want every single one of those people on that place to sit there and go like, when did they start hiring kids to play a part? Like for real.
I mean, I'm all for that 100%. If you're going to pay the money, at least embrace everything, every part of it.
I don't want my basically what I'm saying is I don't want my kid, if I'm going there for a fully immersive experience, and if I'm going to be the Star Wars nerd that I am, and I'm going to spend my time, I'm going to pay the money, and I'm going to do this whole thing, and it's going to be, immersive. I don't want my kid being the one that's like screwing up the whole experience. If it's some other person's kid, I can complain about that. That's fine, but it's not going to be my kid.
I don't know.
I don't care if I got to take miles and sit there and be like, okay, kid, listen, we're going through 2 weeks of Star Wars prep. You're going to watch every single one of these movies. You're going to watch every single one of the shows, and you're going to know everything before we go on this trip.
Like, at what age can he retain all that information?
I feel like if you do it right, 5 years old is good.
No.
If you do it right. If you do it right.
If you do it right. Kids are so unpredictable. Like tonight, we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we're sitting there and we're eating wings. And this little kid out of nowhere runs up to our table, looks at us, hugs David, and then runs away. And I'm just sitting there going like,
Did you know this kid?
no.
No, that's like what you did. You know that kid? And then
I'm
no.
like, you didn't tell me you adopted a kid. He's like, I have no idea whose kid that is. We
Yeah.
never found his parents.
It was a ghost kid. Wasn't really real. Wasn't really there.
But it's just the thing that kids are so unpredictable. How can you possibly put them on a Star Cruiser for, 3 days, 2 nights, whatever you want to call it, and follow an itinerary down to the minute?
That's just it. I mean, I feel like if I'm going to take my kid has got to be at least 10 or older.
Yeah,
At least.
I agree.
I mean, obviously the older the better because they're going to be able to appreciate it more. But yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I feel like even a 10-year-old in all reality is going to be too hard to try to keep focused.
Do you think they have COVID and galactic space?
Yes, according to the website they do.
I'm just like looking at these pictures of how many people are already like on the bridge, and it's it's gonna be worse than that. People are touching everything, and you're like, eh.
You got to wear a mask the whole time you do it.
Exactly.
I'm
You're
sorry.
like, I didn't see this in the movie.
I mean, I'm all for wearing a mask, but if I'm going to do this, I'm going to...
It's gonna be a Mandalorian mask.
I was going to say, I'm going to, like, build myself a Mandalorian mask that actually has, like, respirators built into it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to clean that air. It's going to be some of the cleanest air. It's going to be hospital-grade, air that I'm breathing in. Forget all you other people. You can catch the Rona.
What happens when you get to...
I want to be
the... someone that is so into Star Wars and they're sitting there and they have the Mandalorian body armor and the mask on, or the helmet, whatever you want to call it.
I don't give a damn.
And then you get to dinner reservations
and they tell you to take it off?
Take off their helmets.
I would straight up look them in the eyes and say, I can't remove my helmet.
How do you eat?
Because the thing is with that, Disney is such a stickler about, how they, like you said, how they do their how they do their experiences. And if you were to I guess I understand there are rules, obviously. But you're supposed to be in a fully immersive space where, you are in the Star Wars galaxy. And I feel like if somebody were to walk in dressed in full Mando outfit, I mean, I'm talking they found and made every plate of Beskar they could possibly make. I mean, I don't care. Even if that guy was just perfect, like to the T, spent time looking at like every frame of like the full second season of The Mandalorian. Dead nuts. If they walked up and they said, "Sir, you got to take that helmet off, or you got to take whatever off," I would be like, "Oh, like hell he does." That's a Mandalorian there. And that guy gets to play that Mandalorian the whole time I'm here.
I mean, you got to stay in character, right? Well, they got to come up with something that's like in character. But you can't beat that. The fact that they just don't take off their helmet, there is no way around that.
I mean, I seriously want that. I want to watch somebody wear a Mando helmet in there, and I want one of the cast members to walk up to him and say, "Sir, you got to take that off." I want to watch the person refuse, because I think they hold quite a bit of merit. But if you're going to do it too, you got to act the part. I mean, I need you to walk around and I need you to say, "This is the way I want you to do all of it."
You got to eat all your meals in private.
Yep. I need you over in the corner there, and I need you to not even take the helmet off. You got to kind of just slip it up just a little bit enough so you can get the food under the helmet. I want it. I'm gonna, if I find somebody that's doing that while I'm there, I'm watching them the whole time.
Like, has Disney prepared themselves for what Star Wars fans can do?
I mean, I'm sure they legally do, but I would be the one person that would actually want to sit there and do the whole Mando thing.
I mean, yeah, I'd definitely go, in Sith costume or whatever, but I don't know.
Well, but see, I feel like if you went in Sith costume, I feel like they could tell you to take it off.
But why?
Because
is it threatening the Jedi?
Well, because it's whatever, inhibiting their experience. But I feel like it's the whole thing. I mean, they are building a thing like with the Mando thing. The Mandalorian thing is that a true Mandalorian does not remove their helmet ever. So I could see, I don't even care if like they were to come in and say, okay, fine, you can get rid of everything except the helmet. I expect that guy to wear his helmet and then like a t-shirt and boxer briefs around everywhere.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation. I want him in Crocs, like denim shorts, and like a wife beater t-shirt with a helmet on.
Okay, well, I just found the rules for your costuming, and the very first one is costumes that may distract from the experience of other guests are not permitted.
This isn't going to distract. This is going to add to the experience.
You just said you would follow him around.
I was going to say, I mean, I would be, if I walked in and I saw some guy just walk in with his kids, and he, his wife, and his 2 kids were all walking around in Mandalorian armor, complete with helmet, Beskar, and everything, I would look at my wife and I'd be like, that is goals. Okay. I'm not going to sit there and go like, that guy's bothering me. I'd be like,
you have all the other ones where it's like, you can't dress, or you can dress as your favorite character, but you're not allowed to pose for pictures, sign autographs. It has to be family friendly and may not be obstructive, offensive, or objectionable or violent. You can't have any props that resemble a weapon. You can't have any sharp objects, pointed objects, or materials that may accidentally strike another guest. Layered costumes or costume props that surround the entire body are strongly discouraged and may be subject to additional security screening.
So does that mean that if I arrive in full Mando outfit, I mean, and don't have any weapons on me?
Here's the kicker, though. Costume masks of any kind may not be worn by guests ages 14 and older.
Oh.
So you can't be a Mandalorian.
That's a mask.
People.
It's not a helmet.
Yeah. I think it counts.
I don't think so. I tell them they need to. I tell them they need to rewrite their legalese. It's not a mask. It's a helmet. And I'm a Mandalorian, and I don't remove my helmet.
Yeah.
I would fight them. I would. I'd fight them. I'd be like, hey, you are trying to sell an immersive thing here, and you said no masks.
I'm a
Mandalorian, and I wear a helmet. There's a difference.
You try to convince Disney of that. I want to see where this could go.
I kind of want to write an email to somebody and just be like, hey, you either need to change the wording on your website, or I'm going to show up in full Mando outfit.
I was going to say, it doesn't say that you can't wear like the whole body armor suit. It just says you might have to go through additional security screening.
I'll sit through additional security screenings. I don't care.
I
want to be the guy. I want to be the guy that all the guests are walking by, and I'm the one taking off like my strap and everything that's got like fake, whatever you want to call it, fake blaster bolts, in them and stuff like that. I want to be the one that's taking off my holster, laying it on the table.
Okay, but hear me out. How fun would it be just to pretend like you come in complete Mando dress, and then someone's there that has like a supporting role that something like a cast member would wear, and you walk around like you own the place and see how long it takes them to realize you're not on the register. You are not a cast member.
I mean, that's just the thing. I want to be so good that they can sit there and go like, "Is that guy ours?"
Yeah, we hired him on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Came in on the last Star Cruiser.
I wonder if you did it so well. I wonder if you could actually, like, if they even came and confronted you, if you could sit there and they'd say like, "Show me your ID." I'd be like, "I forgot it at home. This is legitimately my first day. I'm just trying to do good here."
Like, I couldn't see a place inside the suit of armor for my ID.
I didn't think we were supposed to wear name badges on the outside of our Mandalorian armor.
Can I bribe you with credits?
I've got Imperial credits. None of that new Republic shit. That stuff ain't worth shit.
Yeah. You come in with a bounty, just come in with like a little hologram thing, like I'm looking for this person.
Oh my god, come in with like an actual working puck. I can bring you in warm. Or I can bring you in cold.
I think it's definitely got its issues that are gonna arise, and hey, maybe that's what March is for, but would I definitely go and do this? Absolutely, if I had the $6,000.
Okay, Sarah, I think for Halloween, you have to come back home for Halloween. We have to wear full Mando outfits and just walk around Mineola.
Oh, that'd be freaking awesome.
Just completely. And I don't even want to say anything. I want to be the stoic Mandalorian. Just walks around. Yeah, just walks around. And then we gotta dress Miles up as Grogu.
That'd be so cute.
It would be fantastic, is what it would be.
That's a pretty good idea.
We find a way, with your engineering skills, to make like his stroller look like the little hover thing that he rides in.
Mirrors. It's all about mirrors.
It's all about mirrors.
Get a little magic going on and some ingenuity, and we're back in business.
I'm all for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm all in for this. I've got a 3D printer. I can print as much Beskar as I want.
Oh my.
Maybe if
Could get pretty interesting.
maybe if I start now, I'll have all of the pieces by Halloween.
I was gonna say, you got what, like 9 months to hop to it?
I will look at. Hold on. Right now. Mandalorian helmet 3D print file.
You can get a good one at Walmart for $30.
No, that's not good enough.
There's one for $240.
Boom, got it right here. Got it right here.
Jeez.
I can print it myself.
Already figured it out.
I can print it myself.
There's a pretty good one. You can get Bo-Katan for $320.
That's expensive.
Yeah, but it's like a cosplay site, so of course it's expensive. It looks like freaking real.
I could do this by myself.
Oh, they got a Mandalorian one for $270. They got an Ahsoka Tano for $170. That's pretty cool. It amazes me how people can make this stuff.
That's why I need to learn how to CAD, because I feel like I'm missing out.
Oh, they're making this out of like that costumer foam, whatever that's called.
I feel like I can do this. This one right here, it's a free plan. It's got 4 pieces. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can do it. I want to be the person that figures out how to make it nice and shiny like that, so it looks like it's kind of beat to hell, but also still very Beskar-ish.
Sure, you can see through it.
I think all they did was, so the actual plan makes like the helmet part, and then they just got a piece of, I'm pretty sure that's just kind of like really dark tinted see-through plastic
Okay.
for the visor. I'm almost 100% sure that's what this is.
Let's think this through. Really dark tinted sunglasses material at night on Halloween.
I feel like I could figure out how to make it so that I have night vision.
Go for it.
I'm gonna look into it.
I know you will. That's the astounding part of all of this is I know you will.
I'm gonna look into it and see what I can figure out. Because I've seen people who have made Iron Man masks that have like kind of like heads up displays in them. So I'm gonna figure it
I
out.
mean,
I'm gonna figure it
more
out.
power to you.
I'm gonna save that website.
And
Anyway,
of
we
course,
kind of got stuck on the whole topic of Star Wars and Disney for quite a while there.
yeah, very very good first episode. I always like talking Disney. I mean, this is what we said. It's not just Disney Plus. It's all of Disney.
It's all Disney. That's what it is. You know, speaking of Disney though and Marvel and stuff like that, Spider-Man No Way Home still just kind of owning the box office right now. It's in third
I mean,
place. Brought in another $9.5 million over the weekend.
I went and saw it again not that long ago. I'd continue to see it over and over again.
Of course you do.
I mean, had to see it with other people and just, might as well watch it again.
Just try to grab anything that you missed, right?
Absolutely. They hide so much stuff in those movies.
I'm sitting here looking at the website. I'm looking at Box Office Mojo right now here, and it's showing me, you know, the box office for this last weekend, February 4th through the 6th. And so the top 5 right here is Jackass Forever. That pulled in $23.2 million over the weekend.
It's pretty funny.
Then you have to jump all the way down to Moonfall. Pulled
Oh,
in
yeah.
$9.9 million, which was a total tank because it cost like $150 million to make. Spider-Man No Way Home is in third at 9.5, and that's been out for what now? Two and a half months?
And a half.
I mean, it's been quite a while.
December, what? 18th? December 18th? Something like that.
Yeah, so we're coming up on basically like 2 full months, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, pulling in $9.5 million 2 months in. Scream came in at fourth, 4.8 million, and Sing 2 came in at fifth at 4.2 million.
That one tanked even when the first one came out.
I enjoyed the first one. It was okay. I don't know if it was worthy of a sequel.
Of course it wasn't.
Um,
But someone somewhere thought it was, and here we are today.
well, it's just because Hollywood needs movies.
Yeah, we can't think of any new concepts.
Nope. We don't do those.
But in Jackass Forever's defense, it was a hilarious movie. We went with a group of friends this past Friday. Never seen any of them before. I was appalled and astounded and speechless, and let's just say I think all the guys in our group walked out hurting.
It was that funny, huh?
Yeah, but the things they do, yikes. I mean, what do we do? There was scorpion acupuncture.
That's nice.
And that's the cleanest one out of all of them. So
That's
it
nice.
only gets worse. Tony Hawk made an appearance.
Oh, good. I enjoy Tony Hawk.
It was fun. You could tell they all had a really good time making it. I don't know how any of them are still alive.
They've made it through a few of these movies, so
Yeah, I mean, if you're just wanting to laugh and you like crude humor, that's a good movie for you.
yes.
And
I
see
might
it
have to check it out after it like comes out on digital or something.
You see it drunk, it's that much better.
It's a movie you should go see drunk.
We all went to the bar and ordered shots before we went to it, and it's a little funny. So, nope, good box office. I don't know when No Way Home will. That'll never get released to Disney Plus just because the other ones aren't on there either.
No, going to. I just saw that. Going
That's
to
so stupid.
Stars?
That's stupid.
Is that where it was going? Hold on.
Literally, why didn't you write that into the contract?
Hold on. Where did I see that? Disney Plus will have to wait. Come on, where the heck did I? Yep. It says that the film could go to Stars and Netflix first. It says that Disney Plus may not get No Way Home until some point in 2023. That sucks.
I don't know why they didn't write that into the contract. Yes, we're gonna make this movie with you. It's going on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Just don't get it, but I guess I don't have to. Someone somewhere who makes a lot more money than I do
Yeah.
understands, and that's all that matters.
I don't understand how they did that, because when they inked the deal in 2021, they allowed for them to be able to show the other Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus. But they clearly didn't make a deal to be the first ones to get it when it came out on digital, and that seems weird to me.
I don't try to understand what any of them do.
It's just a weird choice to me. It's going to go to either Netflix or Stars.
It's a great Disney discussion all night. No, we were going to try to talk about different topics, but Disney is over encompassing and I can never stop talking about it, so.
That's just how it is.
I guess thanks to everyone who's tried to stick with us.
Yes, this was a good first episode, or practice episode, if you will. We'll see here whether we do another one in another week or two, maybe. We'll see how often we do these. Not sure yet. Was just gonna try this out. We will normally talk about streaming things, pop culture things, video game things, but we didn't really have too much of a plan for this one, at least. So we'll just see how they all go, because like on this one, this is what we knew would happen, which was you find something and then you just talk about it and it goes off the rails, and that's just it. Scratch all the other things that we had.
We're gonna set a timer next time.
I don't think that's gonna matter. It's not gonna matter, and that's okay. That's fine.
It's gonna get last word on the conversation and then move on.
Yeah, just go. So,
okay.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you again soon, and thanks for joining.